Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Lloyd Schneider Stadium in McFarland, Wisconsin for tonight's crossover Rock Valley Conference matchup between your Spartans of McFarland under Coach Paul Ackley, presently sporting a 1-1 record. Presently, they beat in the opener in a non-conference game Lodi 21-14 and lost their first conference matchup last Friday evening down at the UW Whitewater 41-14 to Jefferson. Tonight's opponent will be the Vikings of Parkview, coached by Mr. Robert Myers. The Vikings are presently 2-0 in the Rock Valley South Conference. They won their first game 55-7 against Belleville, a non-conference matchup, and they opened conference play last week with a 49-20 victory over Clinton. The Vikings have an enrollment of 327 people. Division 5 are your McFarland Spartans have an enrollment of 655, almost twice the size, and our Division 3. My name is Bill Cather. I'll be doing some of the color analysis and keeping you up to date with the stats on tonight's game. And right now, as we move and get ready for the Vikings kickoff, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John Wells, the golden voice of McFarland Athletics. Take it away, John.
Hey, thanks, Bill. Should be a great game tonight. Again, it's Friday night, September the 7th. 2 weeks ago, it was about 90 degrees for kickoff time. Tonight, it's probably in the 50s.
Yep, a little overcast, a little brisk.
Charlie Toll kicks off. Big senior class for Parkview here, 19 seniors. Dahl gets it, and he's upended right away at the 25-yard line. Nice one-on-one tackle there by Parkview, who no doubt has their best team they've had in many, many, many years. And I don't know if Parkview's ever played here before, Bill.
You know what? This is the initial meeting of all time. These two schools have never met before in football. So be a first for everything here, John, tonight.
And Parkview is from Orfordville, also includes Footville and the town of Avon.
Fans, you're going to get a lot of little trivia tonight from Mr. Wells' golden voice here.
Second back is Perkle. Runs around the left side. Got to pick up 5 before being pushed out of bounds. So Nick Perkle running out of that tailback position.
Yep, Nick so far this year, 27 carries for 205 yards in the first 2 games, averaging about 7.5 yards a carry, and scored 2 touchdowns so far this year.
Give him 5 on first down. Clayton Neitzel, the quarterback for the Spartans. Again, the backs are Egan Keeley and Perkle. Neitzel, quick pass over here to Antoine Washington. Again, nice one-on-one tackle. He'll get a couple yards, but no more, and it's going to bring up a third down play. So again, nice coverage there by Jarrett Warden and Elliot Olson for the Parkview Vikings.
Yeah, they got up on that pretty well. That's just a reaction play. Yeah, I mean, he was breaking to the ball, a defensive back, as soon as he saw Clayton Neitzel kind of turn to throw the ball out there in the flat. So good reaction time by the defensive back on that play.
And Bill, as you said earlier, just a little over 300 kids at Parkview, 19 seniors. Right. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is.
So here we go, 3rd down and 2 for the Spartans. Perkle straight ahead. He'll pick up 6 in the first down, out to the 34-yard line. Correction, out to the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans.
Yep, I think we're going to see Nick Perkle as a real workhorse for this team, John. I went down to UW Whitewater last Friday night and watched the game, and Nick, I know he got banged up a little bit in the first game, and they wound up going about 3 deep in the running back position, but Don Shea Hudson will be in there some, and Josh Stolen, too. Stolen got hurt last week again.
Perkle again, this time stacked up to the line of scrimmage for no gain. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Again, that offensive line for the Spartans, number 53, Colin Klein, 56, Ben Craigna, 60, Charlie Moore, 66, Jake Ciesenap, and 67, Logan Rasmussen.
Yep, I think that's wonderful. We need to give recognition to them, for without them, John, the running backs, quarterbacks wouldn't be going anywhere. So we'll try to point them out as much as we can tonight.
Here's a pitch out in the backfield, out Going to come up short of midfield, and that's David Arias, but there's going to be a hold. This one's going to come back. Coach is next to us, almost falling out of the press box, yelling the hold on that one, and no question about it.
Yeah, for our listeners, you may hear a little in the background of that, and that will be the coaching booth next to us from Parkview.
So first penalty of the game, it's going to go against the Spartans. So the walk-off's going to move the ball back. Mark it from the 40. Should go back inside the 30-yard line. Yeah, just right at the 30, so it's going to bring up second down, 20.
Too bad because David had almost 10 yards on that, John. So
he's lining up about 7 yards behind Neitzel, single back. This time 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Blitz coming.
Neitzel drops back. Got a receiver open. That's Washington just out of reach. That would have been good for the first down, and Washington is down.
Boy, he really extended himself to go up and try and get that thing. I thought he was going to pull it in, but you leave yourself pretty defenseless, when you go up that high, and wasn't really hit, just I think came down probably on his tailbone or his back or something. He's moving around, so it's not like we're hopefully nothing serious, maybe just a little shaken up on that.
So 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. Again, it's Friday night, September 7th, week number 3 of the high school football season. Seems like it should be week number 1 if you look at the calendar, but
yeah, it does.
We start earlier and earlier, it seems, every year. Washington's still down.
And also now, John, I guess with the expansion of the playoffs and that too, that we're playing, eight regular season games now, so they've kind of knocked one of those out also, so which I kind of have mixed feelings about because, there's so few games anyways and all the time and effort. Again, as we know with football, this isn't just something you do for a couple months here. This kind of year-round training and everything else that the coaches and the kids are preparing for and stuff like that. So I've always been a believer, give them as many opportunities as we can to play this stuff. But
so Washington up and off on his own power. Again, Jay Hansen right out there, most valuable trainer.
Oh, definitely.
Third down and 20 for the Spartans. Need to get to midfield to pick up this first down. Again, 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. Tough matchup tonight for the Spartans. Parkview again coming in undefeated. Neitzel drops back. Looking for Weedle. Oh, he's got it! Inside the 40, inside the 30, and pulled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 55 yards.
Wow.
Nice job by Chris Weedle.
Boy, and I'll tell you, he hit Chris in full stride.
And a well-thrown ball by Clayton Neitzel.
Yep.
They're going to mark it at the 16-yard line, so we'll call that a 54-yard pass play. From the Spartan 30 to the Vikings 16, 1st and 10 for McFarland. Spartans on the move, Bill.
Talk about a big momentum changer. I think Parkview looking at maybe getting the ball back here early in the game, and now all of a sudden looking at a potential need to make a stand down here.
Pass again to Weedle inside the 15, down to the 12. So he'll pick up 4. Always a dangerous play, Bill, on those. Of course, if you're not in the right position and all of a sudden it's a lateral and it winds up becoming incomplete, it's a fumble.
Right. Got to make sure that wingback or that end or flanker is definitely in front of the quarterback, so you don't run into, like you mentioned, that lateral situation.
So ball at the 12-yard line. Keeley and Arias in the backfield. Weedle wide to the left. Dow wide to the right. Arias stacked straight up at the 10 and thrown back. Going to be well short of the first down. Maybe give him a couple of yards. Not going to get a lot running straight up that time. And Parkview there to stack him up. So it's going to bring up a third down situation. Call it third and... Now they're going to say no gain on that, Bill. So 3rd down and 6 for the Spartans.
Yeah, I think David thought as he kind of hit the hole there was maybe a little opening, but boy, that closed real quick. Real quick.
And keep that head down and keep moving forward. This time now Perkle run out of the tailback position. Keeley at the fullback. Dahl to the right. Casey Engelhardt to the left. Fake handoff. Neitzel rolls out. Heavy rush by Parkview. Going to run inside the 10, inside the 5, and walks into the end zone for the touchdown. 12-yard run for quarterback Clayton Neitzel. So with 7:53 to go here in quarter number 1, Spartans score first.
Yep, that was, boy, you saw the field. They had everything flowing to the right side of the field that time, and one missed tackle in the backfield, and he outran the 3 other kind of defensive linemen there, and everybody else was sucked to the right-hand side. So nice decision by Clayton to pull it down, not force a throw into the end zone on the right side. Good decision.
So Chris Wadle on to try to tack on the extra point. Dahl will hold, ball placed, it's blocked. Not much trajectory on that one. It's going to stay a 6-0 score here with 7:53 to go. So Bill, again, a good drive by the Spartans. Believe started at their, might have marked it wrong on the first possession, but about a 70-yard drive or so.
Yep. Very good, with the big play being the 55-yard pass to Chris Wadle going down the sidelines. But, you know, this is kind of one of my little keys to the game tonight, too, for the Spartans to improve their kicking game so far. And I think we just saw a sign of it right there with a blocked extra point. Those are the things that, you know, a lot of people, I think, you just kind of figure, oh, they're automatic. You know, everybody's just going to kind of stand around in that. But the teams that really go after it and try and block it, that could be a big missed extra point right there. So far this year, the Spartans have 2 field goal attempts, have missed both of them. The punting game, they're averaging only 26.2 yards per punt. So I think something that, you know, Coach Ackley will just be working on with the kids in that is because you're always looking for ways to improve your team in that, especially as you're looking forward to playing more conference games and getting into playoffs and that. So we'll keep an eye on that as far as any improvements the Spartans can do here with the kicking game.
Chad Herbst to kick off. Elliot Olson deep for the Vikings. High floater. Going to go back to the 1. Olson straight up the middle over the 10, 15. Gets outside, got some room, still going. Hurdles a defender, still going. All the way out to the 43-yard line. So a 42-yard return for number 4, Elliot Olson, the senior. We'll be calling that name a lot tonight. Parkview can score some points.
Yes, they can, John, as seen by they are so far. They are averaging 52 points a game in their first 2. Kickoff returns, they were averaging almost 20 yards per kickoff return so far coming into the game tonight. So we'll see what they do here. I think they set up in the double wing offense here. They are averaging almost 400 rushing yards per game so far. 2 games, they've already rushed for 797 yards. So let's see.
Second week in a row, the Spartans will see this type of offense.
Yep.
Gave up 41 yards last week. And that's Olson. Stumbles forward over the 45. See where they mark the knee. They're going to mark it at the 46. Again, you got to watch very carefully here. They're lined up about 8 yards wide.
Yep, we call it trickeration with the quarterback.
But Bill, you said they can throw the ball. They've thrown, 9 passes this year?
9
4
passes.
touchdowns?
Yep. So, you know, that's the little thing. But they really, their bread and butter is running that football.
Handoff straight ahead. That's number 22, Alan Beggs. Again, the names we'll be calling: Olson, Pearson, and Beggs. Trevor Ossen, number 21, the quarterback. Going to fall forward for a couple of yards, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Vikings at their own 48-yard line.
Yep, Olson and Beggs have both averaged over 100 yards a game in the first 2 games, John. So they're going to be the 2 workhorses. Like you said, we're going to be calling their names quite a bit tonight.
So Ossen up under center in the double wing. Pearson in motion. Ossen's going to keep looking. That's going to be picked off by number 3, Brandon Dahl at the 42-yard line. Nice bit of defense by Brandon. Good coverage. Nice athletic move to make the catch on the interception, and the Spartans will take over on their own 42-yard line. So a great start tonight for McFarland.
Yep. That's big, and kind of surprised a little bit. They had about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 or something, and knowing with their bread and butter being the run, I'm kind of surprised the Parkview put it up. But I guess maybe a little element of surprise, but good defensive effort there by Brandon Dahl cutting in front of the receiver.
This time Keeley and Donche Hudson line up behind Neitzel. Donche over midfield, puts his shoulder down, still going all the way down to the 43-yard line of the Vikings. That's going to be a 15-yard gain for Donche.
Yep. He's pretty solid. I'll tell you what, he gets running downhill, and you saw one of the Parkview kids just threw a shoulder into him, and he just kind of ran right through that. Donche so far this season, 23 carries for 155 yards, averaging about 6.7, and he's had 1 touchdown so far. Nice opening run for Donche.
1st and 10 for the Spartans, the 43-yard line. Neitzel under center. Hudson again. This time not going to get anything. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bill, I didn't watch closely enough.
Colton Richter got in real quick that time, so before Donche could even get any momentum going, Richter got him stacked up and had another help. I didn't catch the number on the other kid, and they just finished him off.
See how many of those Parkview players are going both ways again. About 20, I think 28, 29 on the roster over there. Of course, you only need 11, but a lot of kids, really for both teams, going to go both ways.
Yep.
They're going to give Donche Hudson a gain of a yard on that. I think that was generous.
Very generous.
2nd down and 9. Rasmussen over the ball. Again, kind of the offset eye behind Neitzel. Calls the signals. Fake handoff, rolls out to his right, looking. He's got a receiver. It's going to be intercepted by Charlie Toll down at the 25-yard line off the tip. And he'll return it to the 27 now. So back-to-back turnovers. Give the ball back to the Vikings at their own 27-yard line with 5:03 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's maybe the one that Clayton maybe wishes he kind of had back. He had a little room to run if he wanted to and pull it down rather than kind of forcing it in. He's only completed so far 8 of 24 so far in the season for 33%. So I think we'll see probably the Spartans trying to pound it on the ground tonight also.
Hassen under center for the Vikings, 1st and 10. Handoff, Pearson tries to get outside, got some room. Dahl misses the tackle, still going. Going to pick up the 1st down out over the 40-yard line. Brandon Dahl tried to throw the shoulder into him. Nothing going there.
About a 12-yard gain.
Correction, Allen Beggs, the ball carrier, picks up 12. Going to mark it at the 39-yard line of the Vikings, where it will be 1st and 10. Again, Beggs is 22. Elliot Olson is 4. Riley Pearson, 12. Trevor Ossen, 21. Bill, they may be the only names we call on offense tonight here for Parkview.
Might very well be, John.
So 1st and 10.
Maybe a little movement on that.
Going to be an offsides on the Spartans.
McFarland jumped over into the zone.
And up on that line of scrimmage, somebody jumps across. 5-yard walk-off, 1st and 5 for the Vikings. Moves the ball out to their 44-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Spartans on top 6-0.
Second penalty on the Spartans so far. Coach Hackling won't be too happy with that.
Here's handoff. That's Pearson. He'll go ahead for a yard. And that on the tackle there, I believe number 75, Nick Westfall.
Gave him a 2-yard gain on that, so we got 2nd and 3, John.
2nd and 3 for the Vikings. Again, you got to watch this offense very carefully to see who has the ball.
Right, we kind of have the advantage sitting up here on top where we get a little better look at it rather than down on the field.
Still not easy. Ball carrier pushes a little bit forward here. Going to be, looks like it's going to be just short. And I believe that's Riley Pearson. Tackle for the Spartans there. Looks like number 53. That's Colin Klein. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and very short. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ball just shy of midfield. So a very, very, very improved Parkview Vikings football team here tonight.
Yep.
Second back. He'll pick up the first down. Still going.
He almost popped out of there, John, and if he did, he was gone. I think everybody kind of quit on the play because hey, you got to go until the whistle blows.
Well, he winds up picking up, I think that might have been Beggs. He winds up picking up 7 yards. That was the longest play for 7 yards I think I've seen, Bill.
Well, that's sometimes what happens in this type of offense where you just get lost in the shuffle, and that's part of it.
Yeah, you just wonder how many more teams are going to pick up on these offenses.
Yep.
And everything goes in cycles in high school football. Elliot Olson tries to get around the left side, cuts up, got some room inside the 40, 35, 30, down the sideline, 20, and pushed out of bounds. Almost a late hit out of bounds.
24-yard gain.
So the Vikings on the move. Spartans got to dig in. 3:05 to go here in quarter number 1. Ball now down to the 20-yard line. That's the Spartan 20-yard line.
Said Olson and Beggs both averaging over 100 yards. That was Elliot Olson. He's got 4 touchdowns so far already this year in 2 ball games, averaging 13.2 yards per carry.
So Pearson lines up directly behind Assen. Assen going to keep it inside the 15, all the way down to the 12-yard line. He's going to pick up 8 yards. So Parkview taking it to the Spartans defense, marching down the field.
I know, again, this doesn't seem like it's real flashy offense in that, but boy, it's effective, as we've seen with Jefferson Eagles and how they've done it in the Rock Valley North Division.
Assen under center. Beggs goes in motion. Handoff Pearson down inside the 10-yard line, close to the 5-yard line. Bill, now they're starting to get 5, 6, 7 yards a crack.
Yes, they are.
On the Spartans. And can the Spartans make some adjustments here? Going to mark it at the 6-yard line, so we'll call it first and goal for the Parkview Vikings.
The thing is, it just gives you so many options as to who's coming off with the ball on these that can be very effective at this high school level.
Pearson straight ahead, spins forward down to the 3. Perkel and Rasmussen in there on the stop. So it'll bring up second down and goal.
Pearson so far is kind of the third guy coming out of the backfield. 21 carries, 152 yards, about a 7-yard average, and Riley Pearson scored 3 touchdowns so far in the first 2 games. So you can see the ball gets distributed quite a bit. Pearson 3 touchdowns, Beggs 2, and Olson 4.
So here we go on a second down and goal from the 3 for the Parkview Vikings.
Nope, we could hear them hollering from the booth next door. They must have seen something that they didn't like.
And wisely take the timeout.
Yep.
1:22 to go here in the first quarter from Lloyd Schneider Stadium at McFarland High School. 6-0 the score. Spartans on top, but the Vikings threatening here on the 3-yard line where it will be second down and goal. And again, this offense seems to be kind of catching on with other teams.
Yeah, it kind of does.
The thing is, the more it does, you start practicing against it more in your own practices, and it makes a difference. And
right.
Bill, we had a nice crowd here early on for the
little mini palms,
mini or baby palms that were out there, and we'll see how many of them stick around. Going to be a good football game tonight.
Yep, very much so. I see a couple of them dancing around here to Mr. Bowen's little musical interludes that he throws in here, either before the games or during timeouts and that. He's always done a real nice job here at the football games and that as far as supplying audio and stuff like that. So
second down and goal for the Parkview Vikings. Again, Trevor Assen, the quarterback.
Let's see what they came up with. Boom, just straight ahead.
Pearson into the end zone, touchdown. Parkview on the board with 1:18 to go here in the first quarter. We are tied at 6. And that'll bring out Mackenzie Brenneman to attempt the extra point here for the Parkview Vikings. She is a senior. They don't have a soccer team at Parkview.
Okay, and we'll see whether that blocked extra point for McFarland make an initial difference here.
Nice snap, ball placed, kick on away, it's good. Mackenzie Brenneman knocks it through, and Parkview takes the lead, 7-6. You're right, Bill. You know, you can't take extra points or anything for granted. Nope. And we knew 6 points, 7 points either wasn't going to win this game tonight.
Right.
That scoreboard is not done for the evening, I'm pretty certain.
I think we're going to see that thing lit up a little bit here tonight. So far, one of my keys also was that I think with Coach Ackley's team here was to really when McFarland gets the ball to maintain it as long as they can, just to keep this offense off the field, because you can see the type of offense that Parkview runs, just like Jefferson Eagles running that, it just kind of wears you down. I mean, oftentimes it doesn't amount to, it's a lot of big plays that come off of it, but just the continual straight ahead pounding of 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 yards at a crack.
Well, you're guessing the whole time.
Right, you are. Yep.
Bill, you take a look at that sideline over there for Parkview. The kids are so close together. They take about a 5-yard
section.
span. Spartans are kind of spread out over here, but Parkview, they're all right around the coaches, and that's where they want them, obviously. So Charlie Thole, number 19, one of the Parkview basketball players. Again, a pretty talented senior group at Parkview. Went to state in baseball back in the spring. Charlie, number 19, will tee it up. Spartans are up close because he'll just pop this one up. Look out, ball's loose, and that's going to go to Parkview. You don't catch those in the air, Bill, you're in trouble.
Yep.
And Parkview didn't fool anybody. I mean, they obviously lined up. Spartans weren't fooled.
Right. I mean, you could see he wasn't going to really drill it deep or anything, but it was just kind of one of those flimsy little wounded duck, as they call them.
And you gotta make the play on that one, because now you give the ball to Parkview. Spartans are last drive weren't able to show us they could stop the Parkview offense. So this is a big series here for both teams.
Very much so, and here again comes the pounding that we said with this offense.
Spartans need to make a statement defensively. Elliot Olson, number 4. Looks like it might have been a broken play, but he gets outside. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Just pushed out of bounds. And the Vikings taking it to the Spartans.
36-yard run.
36-yard run. Elliot Olson, number 4, the senior. Can't tell you how big Elliot is, but I'm going to guess about 5'8", maybe 160 pounds.
Yep, built pretty close to the ground, but I'll tell you, when he got through the hole, nice burst of speed on his part.
Vikings quickly up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and goal for the 2, and that may be the problem. Might not have been set. Or, let's see.
It's an illegal substitution. We had 12 men on the field.
Yes, we did. 3rd game of the year. Just don't want to see mistakes like that made, especially when you're behind in the ball. Dangerously close to that goal line. Now it's 1st and goal from the 1.
3rd penalty tonight for the Spartans.
What do you think, Austin? Just going to keep it here?
No, I'll hand it off.
Pearson stacked up. Did he get in?
Yes,
did he get in? Yes, he did. Not by much.
But he just kept hanging in there.
Riley Pearson is into the end zone on the 1-yard run with 1:01 to go in the first quarter. Now makes the score Parkview 13, McFarland 6.
And here comes Mackenzie in for another extra point try.
Mackenzie Brenneman Again, 1 for 1 tonight. You know, we said it wouldn't be the last scoring. We just didn't assume it would be that quick.
I think you are right, John.
Got to be impressed with this Parkview team. Good snap, ball placed, kick on the way. It is no good. Off to the left.
Hooked it left.
And again, you look at Parkview, Bill, as you start to do some good things, you get more and more and more confidence.
Right.
And it shows right now. Spartan's a little tentative. Again, they pop that kickoff up. You got to be aggressive, and you got to go after and get that ball, because that turnover led to a touchdown.
Right.
But the missed extra point, the difference is 7.
And I think, again, on, kickoffs, I mean, all 11 kids have to be alert as to a lot of different situations that can occur based upon where that ball's kicked to. It's just kind of like, make a little basketball analogy right here, but same thing. They always say in basketball, to heck with what you're running. You run based upon what the defense is going to give you, what the defender's going to give you. That kind of determines where you're going to have your most success with it. And I think same with football. You can't just say, no, I'm up in the front line here, so I just block something. I mean, everybody has to be ready and just understand, because that last time was a perfect example of where that ball came and you just get on it.
Well, the scenario is the same here. They're going to pop it up again. Dahl's going to get this one at the 30. Tries to get outside, 35. Out over the 40-yard line. So this time, good field position for the Spartans. So they'll take over now with the ball at just over their own 40-yard line with 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Entertaining game, Bill, which is what we expected.
Very much so.
Fans getting their money's worth tonight. Whenever this game is replayed, hopefully you're enjoying it. Again, John Wells and Bill Cather along the way here. If you're up at 3 in the morning or wherever it might be on, who knows? So 1st and 10, Neitzel under center. Again, eye behind is Keeley and Hudson. Hudson straight ahead over the 45, tripped up. Going to pick up about 6 yards out to the 46-yard line. Should be enough time for one play yet in this first quarter.
Donche's third carry for 22 yards. That's right about on his average, a little over 7 yards.
Donche's got a pretty quick first step from that tailback position.
Yes, he does. If you get him going downhill, he's tough to bring down.
So 2nd down and 4. Hudson again. We've seen that a couple of times, Bill. They go to Donche twice in a row. He gets a good gain the first time, but the second time they make the adjustment, and we're not able to really get much on it. So that should be the final play of the first quarter. No gain, 3rd down and 4. Ball's at we're going to call it 3rd down and 3. Ball's going to be at the 48-yard line, and that will do it for the first quarter here. Friday night, September the 7th, Rock Valley Conference football. The score after one quarter, the Parkview Vikings 13, the McFarland Spartans 6.
Right, and I think we're kind of getting what the statistics kind of bear out as far as coming into the game tonight. Especially with Parkview, their team scoring, like I said, they've been averaging 52 points a game. Passing, really only thrown 9 passes this year, 2 of them for touchdowns. Excuse me, but rushing, again, 797 total rushing yards in 2 games so far. And let me do a quick 8, 5, and 16. They have rushed for 110 yards in the first quarter, John.
All with the first-year coach, I believe, too, correct?
Is it Robert Myers? I'm not sure if this is his first year or not, but they put up a lot of points and a lot of yards so far, and they got 110 rushing yards in the first quarter, so that's going to push them over about their 400 yards per game average. So we'll see. And again, one of the keys here is Spartans kind of maintain possession of the ball and let their defense, the kids that are on defense, rest a little bit here. So
3rd down and 3 for the Spartans. Rasmussen over the ball. Neitzel under center. Big play for the Spartans. Going to go to Donche Hudson. He's going to be short of the first down. Penalty markers fly.
Hudson, the ball carrier. Penalty flags on play.
So they go to Donche 3 plays in a row. See who they talk to here.
I don't know. There's a lot of laundry on the field out there. Is he going to be holding or a face mask, John?
Well,
would be my bet.
Seem to point towards Parkview, so I think this is going to be a face mask.
Yep.
And we'll give the Spartans a first down. Move the ball into Viking territory, so a big penalty against the Vikings. Good news for the Spartans because they were going to be short of the first down. Just going to be a 5-yard walk-off, but they don't need any more than that. Moves the ball to the 46-yard line of the Parkview Vikings. 1st and 10. Spartans quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Washington and Weedle will line up to the left. Dahl to the right. Again, back split behind Neitzel. Pitch out. That's Arias. Cuts it up. Well, he's going to lose the ball. Oh, but they're going to wind up gaining yards on that. Again, Arias took a shot, standing straight up again, Bill.
Yeah.
And that ball just pops right out, rolls forward, and is going to almost get out to a first down for the Spartans. They're going to pick up 9 yards on that. The fumble got most of it. Ball's going to be at the 36-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down and very short.
Big break for the Spartans there. They didn't need to be coughing that up again and throw the defense back out there against this Parkview
well, 2 plays
offense.
in a row, the penalty and then the fumble that have benefited the Spartans. Hudson again gets to the line of scrimmage, and there's a penalty marker.
I'm going to say that might be a hold.
And it is.
Yep. I think that hold was on Antoine over there in the end. The official was looking straight at him.
So here you go from a 2nd and short. Now you're going to go back to a 2nd and long. And again, you're playing a tough football team tonight. Parkview certainly getting their toughest test of the year playing McFarland here. And McFarland's had 3 pretty quality opponents their first 3 times out. Going to move the ball back 10 yards, so it's going to make it 2nd down and 12 now. 11:17 to go here in the first half. Parkview Vikings on top 13-6.
Boy, that was a kind of a killer penalty when you had 2nd and inches to go, and now you're looking at 2nd and 12.
Neitzel drops back. Washington's got it inside the 40. Loose ball. Spartans fall on it.
Wow.
Got to protect that ball. Logan Rasmussen, the center, falls on it right at the 35-yard line, and that should be yardage for the first down. So they get 12 yards on it. Again, a heads-up play by your center who falls on that ball, and it's 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Parkview 35.
You know what this shows, John, again? Keep playing until the whistle blows, but, man, McFarland I think we're going to be running a few drills with the kids this next week as far as possessing the ball.
And off Keeley. Good running room inside the 25, still going down inside the 20-yard line.
15-yard run for Egan.
15-16,
yep.
Moves the sticks. And now the Spartans, the momentum swinging back McFarland's way. Ball is just inside the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for McFarland.
Good steady drive. Keep your defense off the field a little bit. Very important.
So here's a handoff that goes back to Keeley. And again, the pattern continues. We get a good run, and we go right back to that running back, and Parkview makes the adjustments and stacks him up for no gain.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 10.
Ran the same play, just to the left side rather than the right side. But tell you what, Parkview is penetrating into getting into our backfield, and that's kind of creating some problems for the running backs, especially like Donche. That because they're getting to him before he can get some momentum going.
Well, we've got Weedle and Washington lining up wide to the left, Dahl wide
Twins
to the right.
left.
See if we go to the air. Handoff, Donche Hudson hurdles a man inside the 5, thrown down at the 2-yard line. Donche Hudson.
18-yard gain.
Boy, there's one for the highlight film for the sophomore again, Donshea Hudson.
Yep.
5'9", 235. Boy, I remember Donshea doing that stuff out on the playground back in 5th grade. It is fun to watch him out here tonight. First and goal now from the 2 for the Spartans. 9:25 to go here in the first half. Neitzel under center. Weedle comes in motion.
Right up the gut.
And off straight ahead, going to be just short of the goal line. So it will bring up second down and goal. Again, what you don't want to have here, Bill, is the penalty.
Yep.
Under the 9-minute mark to go, 13-6 Parkview. Spartans knocking on the door. Ball on the Parkview 1-yard line. Logan Rasmussen over center. Neitzel under center. Neitzel, a little bootleg play, going to be short of the end zone. Gutsy call by the Spartans that time.
Yep.
So now it's third down and goal. In a must-score situation, I should say.
Yes, I would say so.
8:20 to go now in the first half. Looks like a little confusion of who's coming in, who's coming out.
Okay, John, I'm going to throw this one out to you. What if
don't wanna
McFarland
delay a
comes
game.
up short? What are we going to do? You going to
You
kick
go-
a field goal or you try and pound her in?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That's the coach, John Wells, talking there.
2 to the
Hands.
left. Again, the offset eye. Timeout, McFarland. Something didn't look right. You got 3 timeouts left in the half. Good decision. Coach Ackley's going to go out there and talk it over with the kids. 7:58 to go, third down and goal. Yeah, I think you're in a situation, Bill, where,
Yep.
you know, and after that first extra point, I don't know if, you know, the first time out here this year, the Spartans on one of their kicks, I think the holder was about 5 yards behind the center, and they were too close. And Chris, there's just no way he was going to get the trajectory on it. And so you knew right away they were going to be working on that the next week. But
Right, the one down at Whitewater last week, just kind of a high snap and just kind of hooked her left, I think. But, you know, I'll tell you what, why don't we just take a minute right now and send out some thank yous. First of all, let's thank our local cable staff here of Director Eric Redding, who had got everything set up for us tonight here and had to take off, had another obligation, but also our 2 helpers, Justin and Andrew. Doing a lot of good there.
Andrew's right on that camera. He's inside tonight, too.
Yep.
We'll have to ask him if he likes it better being inside or outside. So.
Absolutely. I think kind of auditioning for future ESPN.
Third and goal, quarterback sneak, Neitzel.
Boy, they're not giving it to him.
I don't think he got it. Yes, he did.
You never know when you get at the bottom of those piles how you can kind of squirm and wiggle your way maybe in there. So
into the end zone, and the Spartans will go for the kick on the conversion here.
Clayton Neitzel, his second touchdown of the evening.
Well, again, a little confusion here. I think we're kicking, but Chris Weedle is coming
Looking
off.
for the tee.
Got to get the tee, and
Yep.
now you're going to run out there. This is a very
Clock's
important
running.
extra point. And we're going to wind up here. There's confusion.
Still confusion.
Right now it's a 13-12 game. This is pretty important. And the Spartans got to burn a timeout. Coach Ackley is not happy. And that's probably because we were a player short out there, Bill.
Yeah, and you don't want another one blocked and still wind up 1 point down. There's a chance to get caught back up here.
Well, now this is going to be interesting, Bill, to see if they'll still go for the kick.
I think so, now that we're kind of set on this. Hey, but anyways, John, I was just going to give a little shout out. Starting our next football game, we are going to be going live rather than this tape-delayed stuff that you can see.
It'll still be
after
taped,
the game.
though. So.
Oh, yeah. But we'll maybe have a few new features that we can throw in once we go live and that. And have even more fun than we already have, Jen.
And everything
oh,
else.
yeah. Fan in the stands.
Brandon Dahl will kneel at the 10. Chris Weedle set to kick.
Big extra point.
High snap. Good place. Plenty of leg. Kick is good. 7:48 to go here in the first half. It's now McFarland 13, Parkview 13. Again, those of you watching along the way, Parkview might be a new name for you. Again, first time ever meeting here. Parkview used to be known as Orfordville back in the old State Line League days in the 50s and into the late 60s, and then moving over. I don't know what the league was, if it was the Central Suburban or what it was called then, and then Rock Valley, and with one of their best teams they have had in many years. They've had a lot of coaches over the years, so they just haven't had that consistency.
Right. Well, and especially, John, when you're talking 327 kids in your whole school, that limits your ability to have numbers out in this program, and that's a pretty strong team. They are presently tied with Bigfoot and Palmyra Eagle with 1-0 records in the Rock Valley South. And
a very good Bigfoot team at that.
Yes, very good.
Chad Herbst on the kick. Nice kick, going to go to Elliot Olson. He'll come up to his 10, 15, 20, 25, over the 30, just short of the 30-yard line. Nice one-on-one tackle there. It appeared to be number 6, Joe Endress. That way, Joe.
Yep.
So Parkview will take over at their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Great night for football. You got to like weather in Wisconsin, though. You can go from 90, you can go to 60. It'll probably be 90 here or snowing. Who knows by the end of the year.
Rather than a shirt sleeve crowd tonight, kind of a sweatshirt crowd. So it's kind of a nice little crisp night, we'll call it.
So 1st and 10. Handoff, Olson goes around the left side. Got some running room out over the 30 to the 35-yard line. Gang tackled there by the Spartans. Yeah, it was so warm last time. I think Andrew Garvey almost took off his shirt up here while announcing. It was so warm.
Okay, well, I will guarantee you that this announcer will not take his shirt off, because if we do and the cameras flip over here, I don't want to be responsible for the individuals getting sick at home. Well, probably people are getting ill just thinking of that visual.
Warm. It was. I can't imagine what it was like on the field. Straight ahead, big gain here for Pearson all the way out to the 45-yard line.
10-yard gain.
Again, Riley Pearson just keeps his head down, keeps churning those legs, drives the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. That will move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Parkview. 7 minutes to go here. Very entertaining game.
Yep.
And it's what we expected. And those of you in the crowd, you're certainly getting your money's worth. Austin going to keep. Gets around the outside near midfield. Down he goes after a 5-yard gain. So again, Parkview doing a nice job mixing it up. Spartans got to really do a good job on defense of keeping an eye on who has the ball. They seem to have made some good adjustments here now on this possession. But again, Parkview now already with the ball out at midfield. 2nd and 5.
Just keep coming at you. The 4 guys, Olson, Beggs, Pearson, and Assen.
Pearson straight ahead. Good running room inside the 40. Still going all the way down to the 32-yard line. Great individual effort by Pearson, who takes it about 18 yards. Well, let's see where we mark it. Going to be at 31, so a 19-yard gain for Riley Pearson. And again, stays low, kept his balance.
Well, he was lucky, whoever that defender was, just caught his ankle at the last minute to trip him up. Otherwise, he's gone.
They go right back to him. No, Austin's going to keep it. Nope. They went right back to Pearson, who stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yep.
Again, a lot of seniors, 19 of them. Guess we should take a closer look at the offensive line build to see if that offense is entirely seniors. Certainly the skill players are.
It's Pearson's 9th carry for 45 yards so far.
2nd down and 9. Beggs gets outside. Nice tackle there by number 36 for the Spartans. That's Hunter Halverson.
Boy, I tried to stiff arm him, and they would have nothing to do with that.
Now it's 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. See if they will go to the air. I believe one attempt tonight, and that was an interception.
Yes, it was.
Austin over to talk to his coach. He'll be back out.
So far, they've the previous 2 games had 2 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. So you had another one that's 1 interception a game. So we'll see what Spartan defenders can do here.
3-step drop. Got a receiver open. Oh! Get it out of his hands, and it almost wound up back in Charlie Tholl's hands, and he would have gone for the touchdown.
It kind of went Parkview, McFarland, Parkview, didn't it?
Wow. Nevertheless, an incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
Yep, I thought he had Charlie Cole on just a little slant there in front of the defensive back, but popped out of his hands, and then from there it was kind of like, who wants it?
Vikings are going to go for it.
Yeah, they've only punted once this year, John. 1 time.
Austin under center, drops back, looking, got a receiver open.
Jump ball.
Situation, almost. And that was number 3, Jamison Lavery. Good coverage by the Spartans, and the ball goes over on downs. The Spartans will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And again, Bill, we were talking about Parkview. I believe all 11 of their offensive starters are seniors, and rarely do you see that at any level of high school football.
You know, that was good that pass got knocked down, because that's been another bugaboo in the first couple of games, is giving up the long pass play against Lodi as well as Jefferson.
Well, let's see if we can.
It was nice that got knocked down.
See if we can move the ball down the field now. 1st and 10, 4:32 to go here in the first half. Tie ball game at 13. Washington goes in motion. Getting out of the eye this time, Donche Hudson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and down he goes for no gain. Spartans with just 1 timeout remaining. Again, they had to burn that second one of their 3 on the extra point, and wisely so, because that extra point, Bill, made this a tie ball game.
Right. You know, you can kind of see with Donche, if they can get into the backfield before he kind of gets momentum, that's the way you kind of put the stops on him.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. Receiver to the right, receiver to the left. Neitzel rolls out, going to be stacked. No, he gets away in the backfield. He's got some room down the sideline. Cuts it back upfield. Over the 40, down to out to the 43-yard line. He's going to pick up the 1st down. And really credit Clayton Neitzel with that entire gain there. Did it all on himself.
Yeah,
flushed out of the pocket. Good individual effort.
Been doing a real nice job so far tonight. That was his 3rd rush for 28 yards, plus he's also got 2 touchdowns.
3:38 to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball at their 43. Pitch out, Arias tries to get outside. Has some room, midfield. Pushed out of bounds into Viking territory. Penalty marker is likely going to bring this one back, though, Bill. Could have a hold.
It's too bad. David's got some nice speed if he can get around the outside and get to the corner. Yes, it is a hold.
So it takes away a nice run by David Arias, but of course the hold may have contributed to that somehow.
Right. That's McFarland's 3rd holding penalty so far tonight, for a total of 5 penalties on the Spartans tonight. So some things just to clean up and practice. Go back and look at the film, as well as then work on your technique, so that we can eliminate those, because that's a real nice 1st down game when you get about 9.5 yards on it. So
time on the clock is 3:22. It's 1st down and 20. Now the ball at the Spartan 33-yard line. Again, you don't want to turn it over in this situation.
Nope.
Washington comes in motion right to left. Pitch out, Arias cuts it up. Good coverage by Parkview. He'll pick up a couple of yards.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is David's first game this year.
Yeah,
because I did not see him down against Jefferson last week, and I didn't see any stats on him in the Lodi game, which I wasn't here for. But
so 2nd down and 19, 2:50 to go in the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Again, Weedle and Washington to the right, Dahl to the left. Neitzel looks right and incomplete. Washington coming back towards the ball, and it's incomplete. Play wouldn't have picked up much anyway, but situation now is the clock stops and there's 2:40 to go. Parkview with 2 timeouts remaining.
Clay Neitzel 3 for 6 and 1 interception so far.
So Parkview, they can get a stop here. They're going to get the ball back with likely more than 2 minutes to go in the half. So again, Spartans 3rd down and a long ways to go. 19. They need to get into Parkview territory. Arias straight ahead. Got some running room. 45. Quick feet. Still going out to midfield. He's going to get 16 of that back, but he's going to be just short. We'll see if Parkview will take a timeout, and they will. With 2:24 to go here, Spartans now 4th down and 3.
Okay, Coach Wells. What do you think? Do you dare take a chance?
It certainly appears that the Spartans aren't going to.
It's not obvious that they're just going to punt the ball away.
So Parkview on the timeout. Of course, the Spartans have an option here, Bill. They could try to draw Parkview offsides.
Yep, I think Coach Hackley, I think, just changed his mind and said Neitzel's coming off the field and that, so I think he's going to kick it away. You know, probably just high school football, too. All you need is something like just a bad mishandled snap or kid falling down on the handoff or something, and you're giving Parkview some pretty good field position there. So I guess maybe punt them as deep as you can. Maybe hope for a Parkview turnover here deep down in their possession. You still maybe will get another scoring opportunity here to break this tie in the first half. But
and Parkview's
I think
more
that's
than
the right
likely going to get the ball back.
Yep.
A little change here, though, now. Chris Weedle is back in punt formation for the Spartans.
Well, and this, again, is another area that we got to try to improve on. The Spartans only averaging 26.2 yards per punt.
High snap.
Kind of a soccer kick. Oh, very
nice kick.
Chris.
Ball's fielded, almost muffed. Boy, the ball carrier there, Brendan Neal. Gutsy play.
Yep.
That could have been a big turn of events, but Neal able to hang on, goes down right away at the 15-yard line. 2:12 to go in the first half. Parkview will put it in play there, 1st and 10, but gutsy play.
It was a little better. Chris Weedle, about a 35-yard punt off a kind of a questionable snap.
Yeah, that ball would have been a little bit higher. That would have been over his head. That would have been a
disaster.
Big mistake for the Spartans. Parkview, Elliot Olson, boy, he's dropped in the backfield. Nice defensive play. Probably that's one of the best defensive plays we've seen tonight by the Spartans.
Playing defense against this, you just got to hold your lane, hold your spot.
Going to be a loss of a couple of yards. Bring up 2nd down and 12. Ball back at the 13-yard line.
Some nice adjustments here. I'll tell you, the Spartans have held Parkview to about 37 yards rushing in the second quarter. Nice improvement.
So 2nd down, Olson gets outside, gets some running room over the 20, out to about the 23-yard line. Going to be short of the 1st down. But we'll make up a 3rd down and 4 for the Vikings. Justin Silvis on the tackle. Nearing the 1-minute mark. Spartans can hold him here. You're going to force Parkview to kick the ball away.
Yep.
So big defensive play for McFarland. Assen under center. Straight ahead handoff. Pearson, he's going to get the yardage for the first down over the 25 to the 28. It'll move the sticks, and maybe one play yet here in the first half. Again, been a great game. 13-13 our score. West Parkview, look at little confusion on defense here for the Spartans. A late substitution, and they need to take a timeout. So 2 of the 3 Spartan timeouts tonight, Bill, have been basically over kids not getting in.
Yep.
And again, maybe not an issue in this situation, but it does give Parkview some time to talk about, hey, what do you want to do? Now 43 seconds, you can get up to that line of scrimmage, you can run a few plays.
Absolutely, and that's why I think also very important. I don't care whether it's football or any sport. If you're on the sidelines as a player, you still need to stay focused with what's going on in that game, especially if you're an active player, that no matter if you're on a specialty team or something else, because situations change so quickly in this that you need to stay focused. And, it's kind of like I used to say with kids that play baseball, always be thinking, okay, before that next pitch comes in, if the ball is hit to me, where am I going with it? So you're already thinking ahead.
Well, in football, too, unlike basketball, where you sit at the scorer's table and then you're in, football, sometimes you got to be making those moves on the fly here. So here we go, 1st and 10, ball at the 28-yard line, 43 seconds to go in the first half. Olsen in motion, handoff second back, that's Beggs. Got some running room out over the 35 to the 37 near the first down. Ball got loose, but after the whistle had blown, Parkview doesn't appear to be in any hurry here. They do have a timeout, and they will take it. Not going to do you any good going into the locker room with it. So 21 seconds to go. Should be one play left unless it's a pass. We could have a couple of plays yet.
You never know with this offense, too, because all it takes is just somebody to quick pop through that line, and away they go.
So 13-13 our score as we near halftime.
Yeah,
it's parents' night. I tell you, Bill, the parents' night, not a bad crowd here down to the high school end of the stadium. Good crowd, a little thin on the far side, but looks like a nice contingent of students here tonight. The band performed earlier.
Well, that is a pretty decent section down there, and obviously it looks under the direct supervision of head boys basketball coach, Mr. Jeff Meinholt.
It's like some former football players standing down there along the fence line.
That's what I'm going to say. It almost looks like you got Derek Patton down there.
A national champ.
Yes, he was, and presently kind of injured. So as yet he did not play in their first game, their first victory 34-0 down in St. Louis last week. But they have an off week this week, and then next week they are at home, because I spoke with Derek's dad about that. But Derek's
watch out for those Platteville Pioneers.
Yeah,
they've got a strong group this year. So that game will be coming up in, I think that's the George Christ Bowl game. That's a big one. That'll be coming up, I think, in a few weeks.
Boy, what a beautiful facility. I had not been down to UW-Whitewater. I mean, that is just a beautiful facility, and not just their football facilities, but now their baseball and everything else. You get a successful program going, you get some big money donors and sponsors.
And they're one of the, the WIAC schools are some of the few public universities that are in Division III. So when you see them down the line in the playoffs, it's usually against private schools. And I've gone to some of their playoff games, and those private schools, some of them smaller stadiums come in. It's like, wow.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 1, 30 seconds to go. Assen drops back, looking, got a receiver complete. Got some running room inside the 40, missed tackle inside the 30, all the way down inside the 20-yard line to the 17. Wow. That was Jamison Lavery.
46 yards, John.
46 yards. Parkview running a little different set that time, and credit Lavery. Austin dropped the ball, picks it back up. He's going to get out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Well, that almost worked to their advantage that time,
Yeah,
Bill.
it did. Well, the big thing was he was smart enough to get out of bounds, you know.
Thought it was going to be the old spike ball.
Yeah, that's what he kind of thought. And here again, the old bugaboo with the Spartans so far in the first 2 games, again, giving up a long pass play.
And a couple of missed tackles on that one as well.
Yep.
But again, credit number 3, Jamison Lavery, the senior end, making that play happen.
Right. He's averaged almost 26 yards per catch, 3 catches for 77 yards coming into this game. So he didn't hurt his average with that 46-yarder right there.
15 seconds to go, tie ball game. Trevor Austin under center for the Parkview Vikings. Penalty marker. It is a delay.
Delay of game.
That'll move it back 5 yards. Seeing some mistakes here that week 3 just shouldn't see, but
right. That's only
they're
their
high
second
school
penalty.
kids. I mean, those things are going to happen.
They happen at all levels.
Second down, now ball back at the 19. Austin looking.
Jump ball again.
Coverage.
Oh,
there was contact between Lavery and Weedle, and the flags come flying from across the field.
and
This one
Lavery
likely
appeared to stumble or something, so maybe it was a push on Weedle. Weedle's clapping his hands, so maybe not.
It's going to go against Parkview. Wow.
Offensive interference.
So offensive pass interference. So Parkview kind of laying an egg down on this end of the field.
Yeah.
The penalty for the delay, you get the dropped ball, you get the penalty, and then you get the offensive pass interference, and all of a sudden the ball is all the way back to the Spartan 35-yard line where it's second down.
You know, I got to tell you, John, they have marked that off. That is 5, 10, 15. They've got that marked off as about a 19-yard penalty. Because they were on
nobody's saying anything. So.
Nope, they were on the 15-yard line, and now they're back to almost to the 35.
No receivers lining up wide right, so Parkview, I think, going to be content to go in with the.
Yep.
Well, Hassan, big rush, gets away from it, going into the end zone. He's got a receiver caught, dropped in the end zone.
1 second left. We have time for one more play, John.
That was Alan Beggs, had it for a second, knocked away. But the Vikings now, with 1 second on the clock, they've got another shot at throwing to the end zone, and Austin has proven that he's got a pretty good arm. And again, credit those backs coming out of the double wing, getting into the end zone to catch that pass, or attempt to catch that pass. Again, lining up with no wideouts. In all likelihood, this should be the final play of the pretty exciting first half.
Yep.
Fourth down.
Wide variety of plays.
Rolls left, throws right, airs it out. Ball tipped away. There's the penalty flag in the end zone. This could go against Parkview as well.
I think so, too. I think the receiver kind of came back and grabbed the McFarland defender is what my guess is going to be.
Let's not assume anything, though. So we see 2 offensive interference penalties.
Yep.
In the final couple of plays of the half, and the half is going to end. So from Lloyd Schneider Stadium at McFarland High School, 1 half of play in the books. The score, the McFarland Spartans 13, the Parkview Vikings 13. We'll be back after this short break. Nobody's leaving for due to a lack of entertainment, that's for sure.
And I'm going to tell you, just taking a peek down at our very brightly colored student section tonight, and looks like neon green, neon pink. It must be kind of a new little spirit thing they've got going on.
Bill, let's
student
look at
section's pretty full up.
some of these kids on the kick team now.
Yep,
Justin Silvas, 44. Nick Copleen, number 40. 36 is Hunter Halverson.
Austin Redders, number 20.
Joe Endress is 6. Chad Herbst will kick it off. This one's going to go to Beggs inside the 20, over the 20, 25. Gets outside, 30, pushed out of bounds at the 35. And nice job there by number 40, Nick Copleen, the 5'10", 160-pound senior who pushes Beggs out at the 37-yard line, and that's where Parkview will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Okay, let's see if we can see some defense here. Put a stop on them and force them to punt. Again, Parkview this year, John, has punted once so far in over 2.5 games, and none tonight.
1st and 10. Beggs will go in motion. Handoff Beggs, right side. Klein going to be there on the stop after a gain of a couple. I don't know if they keep records for things, but you know, if you can go 3 games in your season and punt once, can't do much better than that.
Right.
Other than not punting at all, but really, I mean, 1 punt.
Right. That's pretty good, isn't it?
So gain of 3 will bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Vikings. That tight formation. Again, 2nd back through. This may be a new name, Bill. Number 20, Ryan Triplett, I believe, was the ball carrier.
Yeah, it is. Triplett, let me give you some stats on him. 12 carries, 86 yards, he's averaging 7.2 yards a game, and he's scored 2 touchdowns in their first couple games. So.
Trying to think who would have come out there. Elliot Olson is still in. Beggs now will line up behind.
Either Beggs or Pearson.
Pearson might be. Olson, nice run.
Oh, he's going to be close.
Very close.
Be about a yard short.
So again, they fake to the first back through, give to the second back.
And about a 4th and 1, Jan.
And it is 4th down and 1.
Decision time. Okay, Coach Wells, what do you do?
Well, they're going to measure first, so we can't assume it's a 4th down yet.
Right.
But when you've only punted once in
I'm going to say that
3
Coach
games,
Myers,
I can't imagine they're going to punt.
Nope, Coach Myers is going to roll a dice and say, hey, you want to know what? I think we can.
He's got confidence in his kids, and, you know, hey, if we stop them in this situation,
right.
You know, hey, we deserve to get the ball. So it's.
Well, let's see. Like you said, they might
Unless
have even picked it up.
They may
pick it up. I mean, they are really looking at this tight.
They do have
They
it.
did get it.
I guess you don't have to worry about punting when that happens. I didn't think it was close, but.
For all you fans at home, that sigh of relief came from Coach Wells over here knowing he did not have to make a decision on that.
They were going for it no matter what.
I agree with you, John.
So 1st and 10, ball's at the 47-yard line. Again, the center for the Vikings, number 54, Bo Lund over the ball. Gotta love that name, Bo Lund.
Ooh, that's a football name, isn't it?
That is a first. That's not one name. It's Bo Lund.
Oh, really? Oh, right up the gut.
That's Triplett. He'll get it over midfield. Picks up about 4. And again, Bill, you know, we've talked about some of the skill players. If that's correct, I mean, there's skill in every position, but you got to credit the Parkview line. Those kids are working out there hard.
Yep.
Number 58, Dakota Bunts. That's Bo Lund and Dakota Bunts. So 2nd down and 6. Assen under center for the Vikings. Elliot Olson. Oh, I thought they had him at the line of scrimmage, but he squirts ahead for about 3 more yards. Still going to be short of the 1st down. Get another lineman doing a lot of blocking up there, Joseph Bush, number 52. And Robert Wells, number 64. So again, an all-senior group out there. Even when they bring in the reserves, it's still all seniors.
Big play.
Third down. Beggs goes in motion. Handoff. No, Austin's going to keep it, and he's not going to go anywhere. He may lose yards. I was watching Triplet.
Boy, if they would have gotten that ball to Triplet. He was through to the secondary.
So it will be a loss, and it will be a big loss.
And the Parkview second punt of the year.
We'll see. Weedle and Dahl are going to drop back for the Spartans. They'll go back around their 25.
Jake Phillips, their only punts. I can't see if that's number 7. That would be Jake Phillips back there. 33 yards on his one attempt so far. Ooh,
I guess almost. I could see why they've only punted once.
Yeah.
That was kind of the old school punt there. It's going to be down at the 25. That was kind of the drop
penalty
the ball.
Flag down, John.
Drop the ball from about 3 feet over your head.
Yep.
Now this penalty flag, this is important because the Spartans would have the ball at their 25. And let's see who the officials are going to talk to. It's going to go against the Spartans. And I believe it will be assessed after the change of possession.
Yep.
But that will mean the Spartans are going to start pretty deep in their own territory.
That is their 4th holding penalty of the night and 6th penalty overall. I'm sure that Coach Ackley and his staff will be addressing that because that's quite a difference when you go back to your own 15-yard line now.
Now you go 1st and 10 from the 15. 20-20 our score, 5:46 to go in the third quarter here from Lloyd Schneider Stadium in McFarland.
This would be a nice time for Coach Ackley and the Spartans. Just ball control, give your defense a little rest, and just very methodically move it down the field. That would be a great time for an 85-yard drive if Spartans have it in them.
Well, Donche Hudson going to line up at tailback. He'll get the carry. Good pursuit by Parkview. He'll go forward for a couple of yards, get it out to the 17. So again, Nick Perkle breaks away for the big run for the touchdown. Now Nick standing on the sideline, so using him sparingly.
Yep, maybe that knee's starting to bother him again.
Well, they've got 3. Now that Josh Stolen is hurt,
right,
and David Arias now stepping in, so they've got 3 kids that have been running out of that tailback position. Here comes Arias now to the right side, cuts it back up, puts his head down.
Good, managed to fall forward.
Goes forward. See where they mark his knee. Going to be close to the first down. Going to be just a little short, so 3rd down and less than a yard.
That was David's 5th carry for 30 yards so far tonight. It's a nice first game back for him this year, 6-yard average.
So Spartans need to pick up this first down. You don't want to give the ball back to Parkview this quickly, so let's pick up that first down.
Right.
Logan Rasmussen over
that
center.
Parkview looks a little unorganized here.
Donche Hudson, if he gets it, he does. Not by much, but he didn't need much. So the sticks move.
Yep, Parkview a little unorganized there.
Ball at the 31 now, and it will be 1st and 10. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. It's a fun football game. Perfect football weather. Perfect high school football weather. Wind not a factor. Precipitation not a factor. 1st and 10, Clayton Neitzel. 3-step drop. Got a receiver. Brandon Dow. Can he get outside? Oh, shirt tackle there.
Real close.
By Charlie Thole, but if he loses that shirt,
yep,
Dow's going to go a ways.
Yes, he is.
As it is, he picks up 8. And it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Neitzel 5 for 9 tonight, upping his percentage so far for 44 yards.
It's a ball at the 34-yard line of the Spartans, 2nd down and 2. Second back, Donshea Hudson. Breaks a couple of tackles out over the 40 to the 44-yard line.
About an 11-yard gain for Donshea.
Again, Donshea just keeps those legs moving, and
Yes,
you're not
he
going to
does.
tackle him around the shoulder pads.
No, he was about one step away there, too, from even bigger yardage. Dante so far 11 carries tonight for 60 yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 44-yard line. Casey Engelhardt will line up wide to the right. Second back, Donshea Hudson, tackled in the backfield for a loss. Charlie Moore from the line kind of got pushed back, and I think that kind of impeded Donshea's ability to get out of the backfield.
So that seems to be the key to stopping Donshea, if you can, or to any back, if you can come across that line of scrimmage and get to them in the backfield before they get up a little head of steam.
Good fight at that line of scrimmage out there, too. If you
Well, and I'm sure you got kids of all different sizes out there, too, John. Not the biggest kids in the world. It's just like who's going to out-tough the other one.
Neitzel fake handoff, got a receiver open. Antoine Washington overthrown. Would have been yardage good for the first down, but incomplete. Stops the clock, 2:18 to go, quarter number 3.
Yeah, you got that pass a little bit lower to Antoine. I'll tell you, he could have caught that, turned, and he had a lot of open area out here to advance the ball in, but just a little high from Clayton.
So 3rd down and 12 for the Spartans. Ball at the McFarland 42-yard line. Dahl comes to the right. Engelhardt and Weedle to the left. Single back this time behind Neitzel. Drops back, pump fake, big rush, forced out of the pocket. Doesn't get back, well, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but going to be well short of the first down, and will mean the Spartans are going to have to kick the ball away.
And let's see who goes back. It'll probably be Chris Weedle again after that last about 36-yard punt. Let's see if Spartans can get a little better snap back this time, so Chris doesn't have to show his athleticism by pulling that ball down out of midair.
So Chris Weedle will kick it from inside his 30. Just a single receiver back for Parkview at their 20. Weedle kind of gets the run. Nice kick. And that is Neal, and he will fair catch it
Kind
at
of likes
the
this.
Parkview 23, where they'll put it in play now, 1st and 10.
Likes doing this little rugby type punting style, right? Where you're going to catch it 2-3 steps to your right and give it the little side boot. But I'll tell you what, he gets a nice little spiral off the thing. So
now the Spartan defense comes out.
again, our scoring after boom, boom, 2 quick ones, we've kind of slowed down here again. All knotted up at 20. Very entertaining for the fans on both sides.
Handoff, Elliott Olson. Gets out to the 25-yard line, gain of a couple of yards. So Perkle playing on the defensive side of the ball. He's sure been effective when he's been on the offensive side, no question about that.
Probably use him sparingly still. You know, a kid gets dinged up like that. You want him to kind of fully recover rather than playing the whole season half hurt and that.
So 2nd down.
Farland's got some depth, so he doesn't have to be out there all the time.
Asen rolls out, looking.
Threw it away.
And incomplete. So that will bring up 3rd down. So again, nice job defensively by the Spartans. Will the Vikings go back to the air, Bill?
I don't know. Asen tonight, 7 passes, 1 intercepted, and 1 for 46, and the other 5 incomplete. So not something that's a sure bet for them. They like to really rely again on just pounding that ball.
So Bo Lund over the ball for the Vikings, 3rd down. Asen calls the signals. Second back is Beggs. He'll get twisted after a couple of yards, and down he goes. And for the second time tonight, the Vikings are going to kick the ball away. See if we can get a block on this one, Bill. Number 7, that's Jacob Phillips. He's a junior. Wasn't a textbook form the first time.
No, it was not. And then, but the Spartans helped out by holding on the return.
Well, and they almost got that one.
It's called
Look
stay
out.
away.
Ball's going to hit. And takes a Spartan roll. They're going to get possession inside Parkview territory. So a good starting field position for McFarland at the 49-yard line. And again, second punt of the night, short. This time the Spartans don't hurt themselves on it.
Ball is spotted at the Parkview 49-yard line.
So 1st and 10.
John, we're coming up the last play of the third quarter.
The last play.
This has
3
gone quick.
ticks. 3 ticks on the clock.
Yep. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this will be the last play of the third quarter.
Al Perkle is back out there for the Spartans. He'll get the ball left side. Got some room inside the 40. There he goes. Inside the 30, 25, 20. Oh, and tripped up inside the 10-yard line. Nick Perkle. Boy, has he made the most of his carries tonight.
Yes, he has.
Nice job of running by Nick Perkle. Credit the line with getting him the hole to do so. And the ball will be down at the 7-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, and the quarter ends. So 3 quarters in the books. The score, the McFarland Spartans 20, and on the move, the Parkview Vikings 20.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Perkle's kind of injected some new life here to the McFarland running game. Yeah, it's really kind of nice little combination they can throw at you. You know, you throw Donche in there. They got a little different look here. Nick Perkle he gets outside net. He's the speed. Arias a speed kid. If you can get David to the outside, and then you got Donche just help pounding up the middle. But we also saw Donche's athleticism with the hurdle early, I think, in that first quarter too, showing some of his athleticism. So it's just good too because that one, and you also got Josh Stolen, who's hurt. Egan Keeley's carried the ball a couple of times for 16 yards. So that just helps because obviously running back at the high school level, that's where you can get dinged up real easily. Plus, also a lot of those kids oftentimes are your defensive backs or they sit on the ends, and so they're going both ways in that. So that's kind of a luxury of having a school that's twice the size of Parkview, I guess, for the McFarland Spartans. I'll take it away, John.
So here comes the Spartans up to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and goal, first play of the 4th quarter. Donche Hudson now back in at tailback. Hudson gets down near the 5-yard line before being tackled. We'll bring up 2nd down. Well, we had 2 scores right away in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if the same thing could happen here.
Might happen right here.
In the 4th quarter. At least it's the right team hopefully going to score here, that being the McFarland Spartans. Again, John Wells, Bill Cather, your volunteers here tonight, putting together the commentary for this game. Donche Hudson stood up, pushes his way forward, still going.
Whistle hasn't blown yet. There it goes.
It's like a scrum out there. I'm going to guess he's going to get down to near the 2.
Yep. 14 carries for 63 yards so far for Donche. Nick Perkle has surpassed him with only 7 carries up to 115. Reason being 2 big runs from Nick Perkle.
3rd down and goal from the 3. Spartans need to score here. Full house backfield now. Neitzel rolls out. They're going to throw out of this into the end zone. Complete to Antoine Washington for the touchdown. Whoa, another gutsy call. You come out of the full house backfield.
Yep.
You fake, you roll out, and a touchdown pass, and that wasn't an automatic either.
No, Anton had to go down and make sure his hands were underneath that ball. Neitzel kind of short-armed it a little bit there.
So 10:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's now McFarland 26, Parkview 20. Big extra point here for Chris Weedle, number 2. Brandon Dahl, number 3, the holder. Knee down at the 10. Good snap, ball placed, kick on the way, plenty of leg. It is good. So again, 10:32 to go in the fourth quarter. The score, the McFarland Spartans 27, the Parkview Vikings 20. And right away, Bill, a repeat of the third quarter.
Yes.
Score right away, and now last
Minute
time.
and 28 seconds.
Spartans now have scored 2 times in a row. Vikings scored first in the second half. Now the Spartans have put 2 scores on the board, so 27-20.
And the first time that the Spartans have led since their early 6-0 lead in the first quarter, John. So
you
they
are
finally
correct.
Got on top. So let's see if the hometown here. Oh, I can see Coach Ackley. He's pounding it. Man, he's got his fist. He's all pumped up right now saying, hey, we're on top. Let's stay on top right now, guys. Let's not turn around and let them get right back in it. So.
And, Bill, I don't think there's anybody here who thinks we may have seen all the scoring for the night. Because we know Parkview can
I will take that
quick.
bet, John, that this is not going to be our final score.
Chad Herbst, number 31, the sophomore, has it teed up, approaches the ball, kicks on the way, line drive kick. Olsen going to chase it down inside the 15. Looks like good pursuit by the Spartans. Down he goes!
The 10-yard line, 11-yard line.
Olsen looked up. All he could see were Spartans, and that was a great kick by Chad.
Yep.
Kind of chipped that one up there, and it kind of spun in the grass a little bit. Olsen had to come up on it, but good coverage by the Spartans. They're going to mark it at the 12.
Oof, very animated there. Coach Ackley even had his headset on the ground there. And he's walking the sidelines right now.
Even get a few responses from the crowd over here, so that's good.
Newly announced and newly active athletic director replacing the legend, Brad Minter.
Second back is Olsen, out over the 20, out over the 25, spins. Correction over the 20, close to the 25. Going to go down at about the 24. Spartan player, that's Brandon Dow, shook up a little bit.
Here we go, Olsen. That was his 10th carry for 98 yards. Beggs has 8 carries for 97 yards. I said those two have both averaged about 110 yards per game. So
and they are on track to do that again.
Yes, they are.
Nice run this time by Pearson. Many missed tackles. He's going inside the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 35. At least 3 or 4 missed tackles there, and Pearson's
40,
putting up some yards now.
42 yards on that one. So now Pearson is 13 carries for 96 yards.
They may have 3 backs
they could
go
have
over 100.
3 running backs that could go over 100 yards here.
And we could have 2. There could be 5 backs in tonight's game going over 100 yards. Ball's now down to the Spartan 35-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. McFarland on top, 27-20. Trevor Assen calls the signals. Pearson. Nope, correction. Olsen. Inside the 30. Call it a gain of 5. We'll bring up second down and 5.
18s.
As we near the 9.5 mark in quarter number 4. Parkview has proven they can score quickly. Second back is Pearson. Straight ahead, going to be close to the first down. Looks like he gained
how many, John?
around 4. Going to be just short, so third down and a yard for the Vikings.
They have gone over. They're at about 305 rushing yards for the game right now.
Third down in the yard.
Oh, when he got it, he fell
that
forward.
was Pearson. Kind of did that one all himself. It was a delay handoff.
And they kind of got bunched up. McFarland actually penetrated in that backfield, just couldn't bring him down.
Only needed a yard, and Bill, that's about what he got, but it does move the sticks, so 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Under 9 minutes now on the clock.
And we have Pearson at 102 yards. Olson at 104 yards. Beggs, 97 yards.
And an official timeout, number 52 for the Vikings, has been sent off the field. That's Joseph Bush.
And a grand total of 315 rushing yards. And I said they average 398 yards per game. So they are slowly inching up to that total per game average. Good penetration. Oh.
But should have been a couple again. Tackling up high, and the ball carrier just keeps moving those legs. I believe that was Beggs.
So we're complete unless there's any lost yardage. They now have 3 running backs over 100 yards.
So Beggs is going to pick up 5 on that play. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 30 or 20-yard line. Olson tries to get outside.
Good
Stopped by
defense.
Spartan. Almost a late hit. Like Antoine Washington was there. Somebody came in late, I think. Didn't hit the ball carrier, but hit Antoine. Antoine looks to be in quite a bit of pain out here. That may have been his own man coming in, kind of speared him late.
That left hip or that right shoulder. Looks
That
like the right shoulder.
That may have been our own player coming in kind of late on that tackle. So again, another two-way starter coming to the sideline. So 3rd down and 5 for the Parkview Vikings. Ball at the 20-yard line. Beggs pulls forward. Gets inside the 20 near the 18. Gonna be short. 4th down. Ball on the 18. They need to get just inside the 15. 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Spartans on top by 7.
And
Big 4th down play for the Parkview Vikings.
And the bleachers are rumbling with the stomping of feet.
Austin under center, calls the signals. Pearson stopped in the backfield, gonna be short. The ball will go over on downs to the Spartans.
Excellent penetration by that defensive middle.
Klein and Hudson, among others, there to make the stop, and the ball goes over to the Spartans. They will take it 1st and 10 from the Parkview 17. 6:40 now, the time on the clock.
Yep.
So let's get a good drive going, eat up some time.
And put some points on the board, hopefully.
Nick Perkle will be back in, lining up at that tailback spot. Again, Clayton Neitzel leading the charge for the Spartans.
Right here, John. Ball possession. Make sure you've got that ball covered up when you are running. Just no turnovers.
1st and 10 now from the 17. Handoff, Perkle, running room, there he goes! Out over the 45, pushed into Viking territory.
28.
About a 35-yard gain, depending on where they mark it here at the end, as he's kind of shoved forward and goes down. Going to be just inside Parkview territory, but again, Perkle making the most of his carries.
8 carries for 148 yards, but those last 3, his last 3 carries have been for 129 yards.
And that is called efficient. 1st and 10 for the Spartans inside Viking territory. Don Shea Hudson going to be stopped in the backfield. That play didn't look like it had much of a chance from the start. He's going to lose 4. 6 minutes on the clock.
You know, and again, I'm sure some people look and say, you know, the back. That just demonstrates just how important that line is. Right there, John. You know, whether it be one person, 2, or the whole left side of the line or whatever else. I mean, everybody needs to continually focus and do their job. Otherwise, you can see what the results can be.
2nd down and 14. Pitch out. I believe that is Arias. He's hit hard.
Yes, he was.
He'll gain a couple of yards, but boy, he was hit hard. Ball does not come loose, though. He hung on to that ball, and that was the key there. Gets a couple of yards back. Still going to be 3rd down and 12.
Clock moving. That's important for the Spartans. Just keep some time running off that clock. Don't stop it.
Nearing the 5-minute mark.
Yep. Big play right here because you could eat up another 2-3 minutes here if they can get the first down here.
So 3rd down and 12. Well, they're taking an awful lot of time here. I'm guessing they may take a timeout here.
I'm going to make a little prediction here, Coach Wells.
They're going to take a timeout when it gets close to the
Yep, and this is going to be
delay.
Coach Cather calling for a quick kick. Coach Ackley, he loves that play on 3rd and long in these kind of situations. I will tell you,
this might be the time to do it.
Yeah, I kind of struggled a little bit down at. He tried it down at Whitewater last week, and actually Clayton Neitzel attempted to do the quick kick and needed to be a couple more yards deeper in the backfield because he went to punt it. He almost kicked it into one of his linemen's backs in that because I know you're trying to disguise it. You don't want to make it too obvious, you know, if you got a little deeper drop on it in that, but that is one of Coach Ackley's kind of his trademarks or something. I'm sure there are several other fans. As I sat around with some of them in the stands last week, and they said, watch, here comes the Ackley's quick kick, and sure enough, he brought it out. So I'm sure that several people down there won't be surprised. Hey, and I'm looking down. Quick kick. Hey, quick kick.
And the crowd being
Quick
entertained
kick.
by music you will only hear
He's
here
going
at
to kick
McFarland
it.
High School.
Quick kick. Yeah, I just got that confirmation from a couple of the fans, if you heard me hollering down there. And this could be one of our
Not going to happen.
No, I guess it's not going to happen.
So 3rd down and 11, again out of the eye. Clayton Neitzel under center.
Yep, possess the ball. Just make sure you don't turn it over.
Had some protection,
Hang on.
but good coverage by Parkview downfield, and Neitzel goes down for
Nice.
another loss, and now the Spartans will have to kick the ball away. Chris Weedle has had some success back there. That's kind of been a key. We haven't given Parkview much on the changes of possession with some good kicks by Weedle.
Right.
Nearing the 4-minute mark.
Ran a good minute off the clock on that and didn't turn it over.
Neal back for the Vikings at his own 20.
With a good punt here, should be able to put
Need that
Parkview
good
Vikings.
snap.
Yep, keep them fairly
And it
deep.
is. The running kick, boy, waited to the very last minute. Going to take a Spartan roll
Oh, yeah.
inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line.
Boy, that was getting pretty close to
Yeah,
pulling
Weedle
the
could not
trigger
have
on
gotten
that
away
punt.
with another step on
Oh,
that
goodness gracious, no. I think that was a little too close. I think when they look back on the tape of this, they're going to be saying maybe just a little one step sooner on that.
Well, here's our situation. The ball's at the 18-yard line, 3:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Spartans on top, 27-20. Parkview's going to have to go 83 yards.
And I said Parkview, Austin's only completed 1 of 7 passes. That was a big one, 46 yards, but not what they're known for.
Elliot Olson, Spartans cover that one well. Very, very short gain, if any. Gotta like it these days. You know, Parkview coach way out on the field. You ought to have the coaches stand out there like scrimmages.
Excuse me. He's done a real nice job here with the limited numbers that Parkview has, the Vikings.
Hassan going to throw, rolls to his right. Almost intercepted. Trying to throw for number 3. And that was Jamison Lavery, but number 36 for the Spartans, Hunter Halverson, had it in his hands.
Yep.
Nevertheless, it's incomplete, and it's third down. 3:11 now the time on the clock. Big play coming up here for the Parkview Vikings. Will they go back to the air? Will it be 4-down territory for the Parkview Vikings?
Another good question, yep.
Assen under center. Straight drop, looking. Got Lavery complete for the first down. So one-on-one coverage on Dahl. And Lavery out to the 35-yard line, moves the sticks, 1st and 10.
Seems like they really like throwing just that little slant pass.
So again, Jamison Lavery on that one-on-one coverage. We're going to see that again.
Yep, I think we are.
Again, Assen drops, going to air it out, going to be overthrown. Again, going back to Lavery, and we've got a penalty, a late penalty. And this could be, we'll see. Is it going to be a personal foul? No, it's going to be a hold against Parkview. We looked away for the pass, so we didn't know what happened in the backfield after the pass, but it's a hold against Parkview. Kind of a late flag, wasn't it, Bill?
Yep. So do you take the penalty, John? I would think you do take the penalty just because of their
2nd and 10 or 1st and 20,
yeah.
And they're going to take the penalty, so it'll be 1st and 20 with the ball back at the, well, correction, 1st and
21.
1st and
22.
22.
Mark from the spot.
So here's Trevor Assen.
Another slant.
Drops back. Good rush by the Spartans. Forced out of the pocket. Got a receiver, Lavery. Lavery didn't make much of an effort to catch that ball. Just kind of stuck his hand up.
And if anything, there was another player beyond him. Maybe Lavery almost knocked it down before it got. I think Assen might have been thrown to the deep.
Well, and Assen had to be really close to the line of scrimmage.
Right. On that.
When you look at the line of scrimmage, is the 23.
Yep.
He was pretty close. The crowd on their feet a little bit here. Got to make that crowd work a little bit.
Yeah.
And
well,
have that
hey,
passive
these are big games when you're looking as far as qualifying for the playoffs at the end.
Assen going to air it out for Thole, incomplete. Overthrown, and it's going to be 3rd down. 2:36 time on the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Throws a nice ball. It's just,
you know, the offense is good, Bill. It works well. You can't tell who's got the ball. The only problem is when you get behind and you're forced to pass, makes it tough. But Assen, you know, he can throw the ball.
Yeah,
Some of the teams that run this, they've got quarterbacks who maybe can't throw it as well.
He throws a real nice tight spiral, I'll tell you. It's just like I said, just judging distance.
3rd down, Assen drops back. Almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of
Casey Engelhardt.
Alan Beggs. Casey Engelhardt almost had it. Doesn't come up with it now. It's a 4th down situation, and it appears that Parkview is going to kick the ball away with 2.5 minutes to go. Trailing by 7. So again, clock stops on the incompletion, so 2:32 time on the clock. Phillips back to kick the ball away for Parkview, and he will. And it's a floater. And it's going to be downed right here in front of us at the Spartan 46-yard line with 2:25 to go in the quarter.
One first down will do it for the Spartans if they can.
So you're going to gamble with your defense here and hope they can get the ball back. And like Bill said, Spartans really need to keep possession, get at least one first down. 2:25 the time on the clock, and you don't want to turn the ball over.
Right.
Again, the McFarland should be able to keep the ball on the ground. Parkview is going to be tackling for that ball. So again, Keeley and Hudson in the backfield behind Neitzel. Hudson straight ahead.
That's a nice first down play.
Gets it over the 50 to
4 yards.
Just over the 50-yard line to the 49. Clock rolling. Parkview with all 3 of their timeouts.
They used
and they're going to take
first one.
They're going to take one of them right here. And they have to. They don't have too many options.
All right. Like I said, if McFarland can just bang out a first down here, John, game, set, match.
Yeah, they're going to, again, put their faith in their defense, hope they can force a turnover or get the Spartans to kick the ball away.
Very entertaining game tonight, John. This has been a lot of fun, I think not only for us to broadcast, but also I'm sure for the kids to participate in, for the parents, whether they have kids that are actively playing or just spectators from the community. And
well, this is a big win if the Spartans can hang on. This Parkview team's going to win their share of games this year. And
yes, they are.
They're going to be a playoff team when it all comes down to the end, but I believe they've got a big one coming up with Bigfoot. And Bigfoot, probably the class of the Rock Valley North and South.
Right. I think Bigfoot's ranked, what did I see, maybe 7th in the state, something like that this past week.
So second down. Again, just hang on to that ball. Donshea Hudson spins forward. Going to get just short of the 45. A couple of yards short of the first down. And Parkview is going to need to stop the clock again with their second timeout of 3, 2:11 to go in the fourth quarter.
And this will be the play, John.
The Spartans don't get it this time. Then Parkview stops the clock again and maybe gets it back.
Donshea been the workhorse tonight. 17 carries tonight. Only 67 yards, but I'll tell you, he's picked up a lot of valuable yards at certain key situations, and that's got the big body to pound in there and get the tough yards. And the thing I like about Donshea, too, like right there, he went in, and, I mean, the whistle didn't blow right away, so he just kept the legs moving in that. Strong kid, real nice job. But no, this would be a real big victory for McFarland. Get them back to 1-1 as far as in conference play and that. Trying to, again, got to get the 500 in your conference in order to qualify for the playoffs and that. So
third down and 2.
Very important game here for the Spartans. Big play, game play.
Second back through is Perkle. It's going to be very close.
I was going to say.
Initially, it looked like a first down. We'll see.
But the gentleman coming in from the far side was to the short side of that stick.
It is going to be, I think it's going to be short, and it is. I don't know if this will even warrant a measurement. Yeah, they will measure.
Okay.
Stick handlers are going to have to come all the way over.
I am going with short. Coach Wells, your guess?
I think he's going to have it. Yes.
Oh, your eyes are much better than mine then, I guess, huh?
I had to guess opposite. Whatever you guessed, I was going to guess. So.
And I could tell you, they had 4 officials and a lot of players surrounding that call right there. So that must have been right at the tip of the football. Well, you just don't turn the ball over, and
Parkview with
Game
one
over.
timeout. They can still stop the clock. Spartans just need to control the ball here. No turnovers. Perkle dodges and dashes his way straight up the middle. He'll move the stick, so a first down.
9 carries, 160 yards for Nick Perkle.
Well, again, I thought he had the yardage for the first down. Parkview takes a timeout, and it is a first down. If there would have been a timeout for a measurement, I think they wouldn't have used that timeout, but I think the official signaled right away it was a first down. So 1:44 to go in the fourth quarter, as we'll always say it. Spartans on top 27-20.
Are you willing to say yet? Put it in the books?
Never.
Not with high school.
Nope, never.
Not in high school athletics. We have seen many of a surprise, hey, you could probably go to places now like YouTube and other places, huh? And fantastic finishes to any type of event you could think of. And
Well, we're probably looking at 2 plays here.
and maybe just kneeling down on the third one.
So Clayton Neitzel. Hand off Perkle. See if we'll take a knee here, not even risk that handoff. Yeah, this is a good win for the Spartans. Parkview with a nice team came up here, gave it their all. Going to come up a little bit short. Spartans the big win. They'll go 1-1 in the Rock Valley. They'll go 2-1 overall. They go on the road next week, I believe, to Evansville.
Yes, they do.
And then they'll have a pair of games home, including homecoming.
Yep.
Big game next week because Evansville is very improved.
Yep, they won
They're
their
2-0
first
this
game
year.
against Edgerton. Conference game.
So Neitzel will take a knee. He will probably have to do that
do it
one more time.
Yep. One more time, and then I will let you put a wrap on tonight's game.
Again, we'd like to thank our
Oh, yeah.
trained staff here tonight making this possible. We've got the easy job.
Justin, Andrew, and Eric. Auditioning for possible and potential future ESPN. Graphics, cameras, you name it.
Got to like those graphics. And
Yep.
Neitzel down to a knee, and that'll do it. All but the final seconds running off the clock. There will not be another play tonight. The final score from Lloyd Schneider Stadium. It's the McFarland Spartans 27, the Parkview Vikings 20. McFarland improves to 2-1. Parkview drops to 2-1. A big win for the Spartans tonight. Coming up with some big plays down the stretch to win 27-20.
Everybody got their money's worth tonight, John. The announcers, the camera crew, the coaches, the players, the fans, everybody. It was just what a another wonderful experience and statement about how neat high school athletic events are. So
Spartans
turn it over
are-
to you for a wrap, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the homecoming game and our first ever live telecast from Lloyd Schneider Stadium.
We'll see. Spartans are excited. They're running down to their end zone. Parkview, they gave it their best. Heads are down, but gave it a good fight. Good football game here tonight. So again, Friday night, September 7th. Final score, McFarland 27, Parkview 20 for Bill Cather. I'm John Wells saying so long, everyone.